It's never easy to be the first to do something, even with my own career. Like, you were the first to wrestle for ASU, and that's great and all, but there were days where it wasn't so great.
In 2007, Kelsey Campbell became the first female wrestler on Arizona State University's roster. But it wasn't about being the first. It was about being her best.
At the time, I was kind of struggling with structure from a scholastic standpoint and a wrestling standpoint, and I felt like if I try out for the team, I have nothing to lose.
So she did, and by becoming one of the very few women to ever walk on to a Division I roster, Campbell helped pioneer a decades-long effort to bring women's wrestling to the same stage as the men. But like any trailblazing effort, not without a little struggle.
Being accepted, feeling part of the team, finding that place where you understand that the success that you may have in the room is going to be gauged a little different. I would think that those are some of the issues.
Like many other Sun Devil greats, when Kelsey's ASU career came to an end, she wanted to continue on to her dream of becoming an Olympic champion. But in order to be able to do so, she had to find somewhere to train where she had access to more female training partners. So Campbell made the decision to move to the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs.
But as popularity in the sport, especially among women, continues to grow, Campbell is now able to train for the Olympics back in her home gym thanks to a concept called regional training centers.
We took the center up in Colorado Springs, where you had 3 coaches, and now we have many, many coaches across the country.
So RTCs give women like Marley Smith a place to train if they don't want to attend a school traditionally meant for women's wrestling.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Smith says she decided to come to ASU because it was the best place for her to train and to study family and human development, even if that meant having to wrestle in a room filled mostly with men.
A lot of the schools that I was checking out didn't have that major, and the women wrestling schools were just in the middle of nowhere. They were small. I just loved it here.
Smith started as an RTC athlete, but now she follows in the footsteps of wrestlers like Campbell. She even gets to share the mat with her.
She's not just like, oh, she wrestles and she wants to join the team. Like, it was more like she's really trying to do something big.
Smith says she's not stopping at breaking into a men's roster. She hopes to help ASU become the first Division I school to have a women's wrestling program.
Having the guys is obviously a good thing and it helps me a lot, but it would be better if there were other women here.
And the future of women wrestling at the Division I level?
You know, some say 5, some say 10. I've had some conversations, they think as early as next year. And there's a lot of questions as far as a facility, coaches, Title IX numbers depending on your school. I think those are a lot of questions that still have to be answered.
While those answers are being found, women will continue to work toward passing the torch to the next generation of female wrestlers with hopes that they can compete at the Division I level. In Tempe, Mckenzie Pavacich, Cronkite Sports Report.